Alright, so these are the main vessels of the cerebral arterial circle. Go for it.
We're starting with the caudal cerebellar artery. Go up to the rostral cerebellar artery. Then we have the caudal cerebral artery, the middle cerebral artery,
and that's the main one,
which has most of the cerebral hemisphere, and then we have the rostral cerebral artery,
which we can't really see, but it should be right along here.
Can you?
Yeah, so the basilar artery is what runs up to the circle. You can't see it very well on yours.
Well, actually you can. It's the second bit.
Yeah. Okay, well, runs right up into here.
Okay.
And then, so the internal carotid should meet the circle near the optic nerve.
Okay.
And in some species, the main supply to the circle is from the internal carotid, and in some it actually flows backwards down the basilar artery, but in some species the main blood supply to the circle is from the basilar artery. So we have the transverse section of the brain with the cerebrum, the cerebellum.
Everyone's dropping.
What's the connection called? The corpus callosum. So this is the lateral ventricle, which goes into the third ventricle surrounding the thalamus. And the third ventricle connects via the aqueduct. What's it called? Mesencephalic aqueduct. I can't really hold the camera into the fourth ventricle here. This is the mesencephalic aqueduct, which runs under the dorsal midbrain, which is also called the tectum. And the tegmentum is the ventral midbrain here. The pons. This is the pituitary. So somewhere around here is the hypothalamus, this being the thalamus. And the medulla oblongata and the spinal cord. So again, here we have the thalamus. I'll put it down. And this is the tectum, the dorsal midbrain. The tegmentum, the ventral midbrain. So the third ventricle runs here, and the fourth ventricle is here under the cerebellum. This being the pons, right here. And this is the ventral midbrain. And again, the pituitary gland. Alright, just to get a better view. This is the fourth ventricle, and this is the mesencephalic aqueduct, which runs to the third ventricle. And we've just discovered that this is the caudate nucleus in the floor of the lateral ventricle. Alright, so here we have the midbrain. This is the tectum and the tegmentum, separated by this little line. So this is the rostral colliculus, this bump here, and this is the caudal colliculus. And what's the thing in front of it? The little thing in front of it? The pineal body is right there. We can get a better view of it later. Alright, here is the other view. These are the rostral colliculus, the caudal colliculus, again the fourth ventricle. This is the midbrain, and this is the pineal body. On the opposite side is the pituitary.
What did she say?
Tail up. Areas where it's thicker. It's called thicker. Here and there. What do you think? What lives in the cord? Among us.
Why is it thicker in some places?
White and grey. And that cord is that's the dorsal ventral. Grey matter is white. So, if it's thicker, what might that imply? You have more of something. quite nice wall into bits. Well, plexus comes into it. It's more neurons, more lower motor neurons. Why might you have more lower motor neurons in two portions of the cord? Because you have limbs. Because limbs need. I mean, here all you have to move is the skin in your back. Here you have to move your limbs. That's why this thickening is called an intumescent, cervicothoracic intumescent, because that's where you have lots of lower motor neurons. So if you have a lesion in the cord, you really would rather not have it here. Because on top of then not knowing where your legs are, you also physically can't move them anymore because the actual nerves to the limbs are affected. So, same is the case here. That's also lumbosacral intumescent. Does anyone know what that is? The part of the signal is the cauda equina, horse's tail, and that innervates your bladder.